Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season, and now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past, and tonight we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight it's all on the line. We play for the trophy, as it'll be the 6-time Super Bowl champs from the AFC, the Pittsburgh Steelers, taking on the 5-time Super Bowl champs from the NFC, the Dallas Cowboys. Alongside my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, excited for this one. I mean, Charles, the Steelers back in the Super Bowl once again, their 9th appearance overall, second only to the Patriots' 11. But if the Steelers win this one, then they'd be on top of the all-time win standings, as it would be their 7th title.
What a franchise. Come on, join me for a minute, okay? Come back to the 1970s with me. Back to the steel curtain defense. Back to Terry Bradshaw at quarterback. Throwing to Lynn Swann and John Stallworth. Franco Harris running the football with Rocky Bleier. That team was something. All right, and that started the path to where we are right here, right now. This team's pretty good, too. And they want their own history. What an accomplishment this would be to win a 7th Super Bowl title for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Meanwhile, the Cowboys have had some ups and downs since their last Super Bowl appearance, but they're back for the 9th time, trying to win number 6 and tie the Patriots and Steelers. For the Cowboys, their last Super Bowl title quite a while ago, January of '96.
And those were great teams. Jimmy Johnson was their head coach. Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, all Hall of Famers. They were known as the Triplets. But then you go further back to those great teams in the 70s. Led by
now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. Johnson was the intended receiver. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So after the INT, it's Brady. Flushed out right. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second and 5 now. Brady to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Watch 32, watch 32. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Shotgun now for Brady. And this is Simpson with a catch. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go, Buck.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as you're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And some room to run now. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's Johnson. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he locates Walker, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Check right, check right. Check right.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Good bounce-back drive right there. Through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Gostkowski with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, Brady. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Working from the gun, it's Brady. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop him?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On 2nd down now, it's Simpson looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Let's get it.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. From the gun, it's Brady. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. 3 catches for him now in this first quarter of the Super Bowl.
15 yards. Complete to Vernon Davis. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Round 80. Round 80. Watch the run. Watch the run.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Let's go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
A loss of 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Hey, goal 66.
Brady now on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
That's fielded in the end zone. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. A gain of 3, second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Check 4.
Here's Jackson. Looking downfield for Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Brady. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The All-Pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Throwing again. Brady. They're going deep for Hill. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down. It's Johnson, and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked to his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Mike 7.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 2nd and 12, Brady. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And the Steelers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. Operating from the gun, Brady. Completes it to Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They'll get 34 yards there. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
4 down. Check. Wide. Get wide. Mike 28. Focus, defense, focus.
To throw again, Brady. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Throwing is Brady on third down. He's going to let this one go deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 49 yards. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead to 21-17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first down 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Jackson from the shotgun. This complete to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
At the 47-yard line.
Tight end Ringo. Tight end's on Ringo. Tight end's on Ringo. Alert. Echo. 52 is the mic right here over there, right? 52 is the mic. Look. Watch the pass. Hey, Mike 52.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson being chased out left. He'll run it, and he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Small. No. Heads, yeah.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And some room to maneuver. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there with his third touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. So he's in for his third score of the game, and defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get three, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. That'll be caught by Hester. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Well, Charles, looked like that had to be a mix-up there defensively.
You always question that type of confusion. They actually lost him in the middle of the field, gave him all sorts of room to run, and he took big-time advantage of it. That's an error you just can't make on the defensive side of the ball.
Wait, that 53. Rip. I got you. Mike 22 is coming. 22's coming. Mike. They can't hang with us. Hey, zoom. Mike 22.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The never-tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54.
Let's go.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
tight end carry. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. In his own end zone, it's Brady. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Simpson. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man.
He can't hang. He's not going to get it up.
They go to Johnson again. And he's got some space here. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run on first down. Johnson. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 48-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Oh, here we go. Oh, go.
Throwing is Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Got him in, it's Brown. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson throwing left side here, and it's complete. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Throwing again on second down. Jackson buying time to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Set. Put your money. No chance.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Check.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. They're going deep for Hill. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw, it's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a third down. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Jackson on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. On second down, Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Johnson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On second down now. It's Johnson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Julian Edelman there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Gostkowski the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen.
To throw again. Brady. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Looking long for Westbrook. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yes, and don't wave your arm. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that up? And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Brady to throw. The open man is Westbrook. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Regular.
Now Brady. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 14. Brady, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Gould with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down now to 22. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, I think they got it. Yes, the Steelers have it. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a pass is taken in by Hill. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Wait, 20. 53 men now. Hey, go 66.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And this is Simpson with a catch. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. To throw is Brady. And he's got it. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Brady to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Lamar Jackson, 82 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Brandon, you and I have called a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays, here in the NFL, doesn't it look a lot like what we used to see on Saturdays when we called those games?
Yeah, option plays just like we saw, and that was a long touchdown on the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
What's the term that's in vogue in the NFL? Eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear in others.
Oh, and the Cowboys recovered it. Yes, Cowboy football. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position. You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
On first down, it's Johnson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal. The clock showing 2 minutes even in what's been a memorable Super Bowl 54. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offense. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Wait, that 29, Alpha. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
On 2nd and 15 now. Brady, it's caught by Davis. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
Results in a 4th down.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down.
Sugar! Let's go! 72.
Brady to throw for it on 4th down. And this will be caught at the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brady. He's got the first down inside the 10 and all the way down to the 5. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. They go play action here on 1st down. And it'll be intercepted. It's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Dallas Cowboys will hoist the Lombardi Trophy. They are the kings of the NFL. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs. You see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them. A fantastic season.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.